Hello everyone, jamie14 here, and welcome back to my channel. Before I go any further, sorry if it sounds a little off in this video, because today you're expecting Series 11 Episode 7, but Series 11 is complete now, and I'm not too sure if there'll be a Series 12, but we're not too sure. There's no doubt that the movie will be next, but you will like that. About this film that's coming, about whenever it's gonna come out, I know that maybe and hopefully are words that you don't really like to know when it comes to release dates, but it's all I've got. Mainly because, well, who knows what'll happen between now and then. And it's quite snowy outside. So instead of all this, I've decided to do something nice today. Today I'm gonna count down my top 10 favourite steam locomotives that I own since 2015. So, number 10. So, coming with number 10 as the Hornby J36 locomotive that I've got. This J36, his name is Craig for this franchise that I do. Hello! You can see it's got a face there. And for this movie that's coming, there are faces that are made of Play-Doh, and their eyes and eyebrows and mouth are inked on it. These faces will possibly be replaced with paper ones, and besides, the faces are not only like that, but with other expressions, like anger and others. This one is my 10th favourite one in my collection. And these ones were designed by Matthew Holmes for the GER, I think, the Great Eastern Railway. These are 060 locomotives. These ones came out in 2018, and I got this one on Wednesday, the 3rd of July 2019. So that was during that holiday. And the reason why I like this one, it's because it's got, you see, it's got spring-loaded buffers. Got detail in the cab. You can see there's 2 or 3 men in there, and all that stuff, all the cables and stuff. I can't run them in today because my grandfather is maintaining the table. Sorry guys, but you will have to bear with me. Oh, what am I gonna do? So I think something's been done to this now, because I've put it on a book. As you can see, it's got spring-loaded buffers, nicely applied handrails. It's got detail in the cab, and tender rails on the top. Sorry, that buffer there is broken off. That's because you need to be careful, because these modern locos are quite fragile as I speak. So this is my number 10 favourite steam locomotive that I have. Let's move to number 9. So this is my number 9th locomotive. This one is the LNER Class A4 Pacific Sir Nigel Grizzly. You can't see it too well in here. Sorry if it's a bit blurry, but my phone always does that. And it's the number 4498 on its cab. And this one looks so nice for many reasons. It's got spring-loaded buffers. You see? And you see all that gear. It's got nicely applied handrails, and I must say this is a lovely streamlined engine. You see? It's got painted windows. We've also got detail in the cab. And of course we've got spring-loaded buffers at the back. And a corridor tender. This is, because it's got a big corridor at the back. So this one is really nice. And this one came from a train set. The Hornby do blow. And I think I got this on Monday the 29th of June 2020. This came with a couple of LNER super detailed coaches. And it's a brand new one. I've pre-ordered this along with the Stevenson's rocket. So without further ado, let me go to the next one. This is number 9. Number 8. Number 8 is the Brighton that I just reviewed about a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, this is a beautiful design. Sadly, it's got no spring-loaded buffers. Some people say that these aren't very detailed, but I know that. But these engines are just so tiny that all the detail is squashed into such a tiny area. But it does have handrails. It does have a copper-coloured chimney at the top. It's got that gear on the... that gear or its dome. It's even got detail in the cab. And as you can see, it's got the number 40 on that side of it. And all that stuff on the back. It's got a white coloured chimney. And it's got red rods. Red rods. I got this on Christmas last year on Friday the 25th of December. That was the day I got this. But I did bring it for a test at my layout on Monday the 2nd of November 2020. But of course this one's a very nice one. And of course it's quite a powerful little one. Quite a powerful wee one. But without a further ado, let's get to speaking of small ones. This is number 8, but let's go to number 7. Oh, now this one is the Stevenson's rocket. Now this one, you have to be very, very careful if you're buying these. It's nothing like a toy train. Definitely not. This one is so tiny because of its design. You see, you have to be very, very gentle with these. Very. Because, in fact, think of how toy it is. But despite that, it's still very nice. You can see all the detail. And that tiny wee road, do you see that? Tiny. It's beautiful. And the coal, you can't fit it out because you can't take the coal out because it's so tiny. Oops. You see? You can move these. You see, if you're moving a set of wheels on one side, then the other side will move too. You see? Have to be super careful. And there's wires from the funnel to the boiler. And the nameplate, it says Rocket. I must say that looks very nice. And there's a bunch of wires between the loco and tender, meaning they're both totally attached. And this one, it's just like the Sir Nigel Grizzly. I pre-ordered it at the same time when I found out that it was coming in 2020. I was expecting this to come in March of 2020, but it was not until July because of this damn coronavirus. It's killing everyone. But let's not talk about that stuff and rubbish. Let's talk about this. Anyways, this one was, I bought this on Monday, July the 6th, 2020. Of course. Ooh, it looks really nice. This is like the oldest steam engine anywhere in the world. Anywhere. And of course, this one's going to be in the movie. It will be fitting a face on it, but very carefully. So you'll have to bear with me with this. This one is toty, but it's fantastic. So this is my number 7 favourite steam engine that I own. With that, let's move to number 6 and let's get to a big one. In fact, a medium tender engine. So here we have number 6. This is the Hornby B12. It's quite a modern one. These were designed by SD Holden for the Great Eastern Railway. And then they were S69s back then, and now they're their B12s. And they are they work for the LNER now, because as you can see, but only one of these survive in preservation, and that's not this one. This is 8573, but the one remaining is 8572. And of course this one is Ava. And the good things about this one, it's got spring-loaded buffers, nicely applied handrails, detail in the cab, and sorry about the back buffers, but the back buffers broke off. But that's not really a problem. Can't stop the engine from running. Sorry about the shoddy camera, but this one is quite nice, I must say. Of course, it's really nice. And I got this one for my 10th birthday on the 14th of June, Wednesday, 2017. So on that day I became double digits. When I turned 10 years old, so I was double digits then. So with that, I really love this locomotive. It's quite a big one. And it's a bit of an old design, but it's quite nice. And now let's go to number 5, the top 5. Right, so with number 5, here is my favourite tank engine in my collection. This one is an NER Class E1. They're also called the J72's. This one is lovely. And this one is called Joshua. Hello! And the good things about this one. Sorry about the shoddy camera again. It's got spring buffers. Number 1. Number 2. It's got nicely applied handrails. Number 3. You see those painted cab windows. And it's also got detail in the cab, as you can see. And it's also got spring-loaded buffers at the back. And that coal load looks quite realistic. So this one was my first locomotive for 2021. I got this one on Friday the 8th of January 2021. And it's quite a new locomotive. It came out about a year ago, if I'm correct with it. And I really do like the stuff that's underneath the loco that you can see. You see all that? Really nice, I must say. So this is my favourite tank engine. Now let's get to number 4. So, number 4 is the beautiful King class King Henry III. Hello! This engine's face will be taken off with the new ones. And this is a really, really nice one. And it's quite expensive, I must say. And the reason why I like it, it's massive. It's a GWR Express engine. It's got spring buffers. The detail underneath the boiler that makes the engine run, that makes it go. And you see all that detail. And even all the riveting on the tender. And it's got spring-loaded buffers at the back. Let me show you. And it's even got come in, come out coal. I suppose you're wondering where the coal is. Well, it's right here. Just let me fit it back in. And it's also got detail in the cab. And those lovely looking wheel arches. And the nameplate, King Henry III. And the nicely applied handrails. Despite the fact that the windows aren't painted, but it still looks really nice. And I got it well, I got it somewhere during May 2018, but it was definitely a Sunday. So I think I got it on May the 20th, 2018. So I've had this one for quite a while. And it's quite nice. Right, let's move on to the top 3. And these ones I absolutely love. Right, so this one is the Hornby J15, and I absolutely love this one. This one's name is Max. So this is my favourite 060 in my collection, and I've had this one for about a few days. I think I've had this since Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021. And it's quite a new locomotive. It came out perhaps between 2017 or 2018. And I really love this one because it's got spring-loaded buffers. You can see it. Move back. The shoddy camera again. And it's got red looking rods. And that shiny looking gleam between the engine, between the smoke box and the boiler. And there's separately applied handrails. And as you can see, it's got something on there. I'm not too sure what that says. The rest that I can say is that it looks really nice, number 65469. And the early crest on there. And it's got detail in the cab. I'm not too sure if the coal can come out. And for this movie that I'm creating, but I'm not too sure when it comes out, but this engine is affiliated with the baddies. Because like an evil potion, because this engine, let's say that they captured him, they put him in a shed, and they put potion down his funnel. And they killed his crew. But without a further doubt, this one's quite beautiful looking. And let's go to number 2. So my second favourite one in my collection is the Hornby D16. This one is called the Claude Hamilton. Hello. And she looks quite nice. This one does. You see the nameplate, the nicely applied handrails. Got detail in the cab. Spring-loaded buffers. And even though it doesn't have detail down there, it still looks nice. And it's got spring-load buffers at the front. And you can see the number 8900 on there. So that's what LNER locos look like. And I got this one on Christmas 2018. So I got this one on Tuesday, the 25th of December 2018. So I've had it for about a couple of years or longer. And it came out perhaps in 2016. And another thing nice about this one is that you see those black and white things in the green wheels. It holds the rods and makes them spin. That looks beautiful. That's coloured black and white. And that thing there, I'm not too sure what that says. But this one is quite beautiful, I must say. Now let's get to the grand finale, which is pretty grand. My number one favourite engine is the Bachmann City of Truro class, the Class City locomotive. And I must say this one actually looks beautiful. I think I got this one on the same day as I got the Brighton tank engine on Friday the 25th of December. Last year, 2020. The only thing that I can criticise this on is that it's got no spring buffers. But even though that you can't see what it looks like on the... Wait a minute. Even though you can't see what's on the smoke box, it still has a smoke box start on it. And I'm wondering if it moves. No? You know something? I just discovered something fabulous. The smoke box door. It opens and closes. Let's not get too rough with this one. And it's also got copper coloured chimney. And look at that beautiful looking brass and the nice separately plied handrails and the stripes. And the smoke box and the firebox and everything else. And the 3440. And I am happy to say that this one was the first one to go at top of 100 miles an hour. Actually, I'm happy to say that I actually went 102 miles an hour. Long before the Flying Scotsman even came to office. I mean, long before, well, this one, it has been around for many years, long before the Flying Scotsman was built. And the carriagey looking wheels at the front. It looks beautiful. And look at that nice looking tender. Oh, and it's got detail in the cab. And this one is preserved at the National Railway Museum in York. Oh, careful. And the bottom of it is pretty red looking. And it looks beautiful. And that looks like a Great Western symbol. And all the lining on it. This one looks beautiful. So this was my top 10 favourite steam locomotives that I own. And so goodbye everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. And one more thing. Please do be patient about this movie, because it's going to take a long time if it's going to be the best ever. If it's going to be the biggest. So, goodbye. This is my video today as your Commander-in-Chief. I'll see you later. Bye.